Everyone, welcome to the show. I have more details for you guys about the Rudy Giuliani assault allegations. And his alleged victim has implicated Donald Trump in some very serious crimes, potential crimes. So I apologize for not having these details yesterday. The news literally broke when I was recording other shows, so I didn't have time to do my typical deep dive. But I've now read through the full complaint. So here's what's going down. Giuliani's alleged victim, Noelle Dunphy, alleges that he promised to pay her $1 million a year, and she was going to act as his director of business development. Dunphy says that Giuliani asked, "Can I pay you later? Can I defer your payments? Also, can we keep your employment secret?" Because he was getting another divorce. This is his third divorce. You would think he would realize at this point, like, he's the common denominator in the failure of these marriages. Anyway, according to Dunphy, Giuliani said that his soon-to-be ex and her attorneys were scrutinizing his cash flow. And he supposedly admitted to Dunphy that he was hiding large sums of money from his ex. Giuliani allegedly said that he had money that was paid to him that he gave to his friends, sometimes as large as $1 million, so that his ex-wife wouldn't know that he received that money. Then the friends would give Giuliani cash from time to time out of that money that was his. So Giuliani said, can I do that? And then also he said, I'll do some legal work for you at no charge. He allegedly offered to give her cash whenever possible to try to help her cover her bills. So Dunphy says that her $1 million salary never materialized, and Giuliani started demanding sex pretty quickly. The suit goes into graphic detail about Giuliani's alleged kinks. I'll give you one example that isn't graphic, but it's very disturbing. So according to this complaint, Giuliani started referring to her as his, quote, little girl and, quote, daughter. And this is in regard to sex, like during sexual acts. And then on one occasion, while they were having sex, Giuliani allegedly said, quote, "I think of you as my daughter. Is that weird?" Yeah, Rudy. Yeah, it's very fucking weird. I mean, wow. I mean, if true, he is a disturbed individual. And Dunphy allegedly has a lot of this on tape. She recorded a lot of his sexual comments and a lot of his demands. And she also, according to this complaint, recorded a lot of Giuliani's drunken, bigoted, sexist tirades. And Dunphy says that the sexual abuse of female employees is a pattern in practice with Giuliani. She named several other women in this lawsuit with whom she says Giuliani used his position of power to manipulate them into having physical relationships with him. Whether or not that's true, whether or not that can be proved, we'll have to see, but that is her allegation. One of the people she talked about was a 19-year-old, and then Giuliani told her, which is supposedly also on tape, she supposedly recorded this, he told her that he had a, quote, certain sexual attraction to this 19-year-old. And Giuliani said that he kissed this 19-year-old at one point. And the lawsuit explains how these recordings came to be. It says that Giuliani gave Dunphy permission to record him at any time because they had discussed the possibility of Dunphy writing a book about Giuliani and Trump. And then also they were discussing other potential revenue streams for Giuliani, like a documentary and things like that. So that is the context in which these recordings came to be. Whether or not he was sober when he told her she could do that, that's a question that will have to be answered. But anyway, Dunphy says that when she once asked Giuliani who handled human resources, this is shortly after he came on to her the first time, Giuliani told her, "Oh, I don't have human resources. I would never need anyone because no one's going to sue me because of my connection to Donald Trump." And then he also supposedly said that he could break the law because, quote, "I have immunity." And he claimed to have private investigators who he said would punish anyone if they dared to complain about him. These are all her allegations. And then speaking of Trump, Dunphy alleges that Giuliani talked about selling pardons to people for $2 million. Dunphy alleges that Giuliani said that he was going to sell these pardons and then he and Trump were going to split the money. And he told her, hey, you can refer people to me if they want a pardon, but they can't go through the, quote, normal channels. Because Giuliani said that, oh, if they go through the office of the pardon attorney, people can file FOIA requests. They can file a Freedom of Information Act request, and they'll know about that. So very damning, if true. I mean, that could be monumental. It would just destroy both Trump and Giuliani if there's any evidence that Trump knew of this. And if they did it, I mean, they're just toast. They're done. So anyway, she went on to say in this complaint that one of her responsibilities was to check Giuliani's email daily. So Giuliani had logged into his email account on her personal computer so that she could check it. And so she could sift through his emails. She supposedly has almost 25,000 emails saved. This could be a veritable treasure trove of dirt on Trump and his allies, because the lawsuit says that these emails were to, from, and in regard to Trump, his family members, his aides, Trump government officials, Rupert Murdoch, various foreign leaders, various Fox News personalities like Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity. Also, Dunphy says Giuliani had this perversion that he enjoyed her giving him oral sex when he was on the phone with high-profile people because he said it made him feel like Bill Clinton. And she was present while he was speaking with these people, so she overheard confidential conversations. In particular, she cites discussions between Giuliani and others about how they could potentially end Robert Mueller's special counsel investigation into Trump. The lawsuit states that they discussed ways to, quote, distract, intimidate, or otherwise dissuade Mueller from proceeding against Trump. It also says that in 2019, Giuliani told Dunphy about a plan that he had in case Trump lost the 2020 election. He told her, oh, Trump's team is just going to claim that there was voter fraud and that he actually won. So this was their plan in 2019, long before the election took place. And according to Dunphy, this was discussed on several occasions in front of other people, so including convicted felon Lev Parnas. So I wonder if Lev Parnas told the authorities about this when he was being investigated, or if he just kept this to himself. Because if he did, that could be a real issue, or if he lied, if he was flat out asked about it and he lied, not good for a convicted felon. Anyway, around mid-2019, Dunphy started to pressure Giuliani to pay her because he had not paid her this promised $1 million. Supposedly, he threatened her and he warned her against talking to the FBI or anyone else about him. And Dunphy says that Giuliani then terminated her employment in late January. This was after she sent him a text on January 7th of 2021. So this is the day after the Capitol attack. She wrote to Giuliani and she said, quote, I feel scared of you and I don't want you trying to hurt me. Now the country has just gone through chaos and I pray I never see something like that again. Here's the thing. Here's what I think. You guys know I keep it real with you. I don't think, based on what I read, that she's going to be able to get him on the sexual abuse, the sexual assault. This is a grown woman. She had a family in the area that she went to live with during all of this. So she wasn't alone. She had a support system. They say in this complaint that she is highly educated. She's very accomplished. Like I said, they admit this. She said she had many wealthy contacts, business contacts. She had a successful career, apparently, before meeting Giuliani. So she could have secured other employment. And as much as I loathe Giuliani, I think she's going to be hard pressed to convince an entire jury that she had no other options but to stay with him. I just do. And she admits that the sexual advances started almost immediately. So it's not like she was a year down the road into this. She hadn't been paid. She felt like she had to just put up with this disgusting behavior to, get paid for a whole year or two of work. This started right away. That should have been a red flag to say, hey, this guy isn't in it, for legitimate reasons. I need to get the hell out of here. So, I just don't see it happening, but we'll see. I could be wrong. There's a first time for everything. Anyway, I think she'll be able to prove the employment allegations, though. And she absolutely decimated Giuliani with his ex. I mean, guaranteed. His ex was on the phone with her attorney yesterday, and they are discussing plans to haul his ass back into court because he hid money from her during a divorce. And Dunphy also has put Trump World on notice because she didn't give any details about those emails, but she definitely put them on notice. Hey, I have these damning emails and I can share them with the media because Giuliani never made her sign an NDA. And it was highly inappropriate. I mean, she's looking at stuff that is attorney-client privilege, and he never safeguarded this. And she said he was using a Gmail account. I mean, this guy is a monumental screw up. So my guess, here's what I predict. I think Giuliani is going to settle with her. I think they'll get it a little ways down the road. She's going to, leak a few different things to scare the life out of them. And I think he's going to settle with her. And I think Trump and others who have danger in this are the ones that are going to foot the bill because I think that he blows through all of his money. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, I'll let you know when I hear more. But yeah, not looking good for him on many fronts. The sexual assault, I think, is the least of his worries. The other stuff, I think he's done. Anyway, I will let you know. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.